Hey, it's Glenn Livingston with the Build Your Website for Coaches video number, I think this is number 8. And now I want to talk to you about a couple of services that you probably should have in order to run a successful website where you take money and send newsletters and those types of things. The first one is where you can send your newsletters and broadcasts from. And I've been around a long time. I've tried a lot of different services, and I find the best deliverability with the combination of ease of use is a site where you can get to using our link at www.hostmylistplease, not host my website, but hostmylistplease.com. And at hostmylistplease.com, that's obviously Aweber, but we use the tracking link so we can hopefully negotiate a better deal for you down the road and to support the academy and help keep the fees low and that kind of thing. So what I want you to do is come over here and sign up for the $1 trial. And it's really that simple. They have a $1 trial. If you're not happy with it over the course of the first month, then you can change your mind and you will only have spent $1. I think they might even refund the dollar if you're not happy. But they're good people. I've spoken with them many times, and this is the service that we use. So I highly recommend you come over here and sign up for this. And I'm going to pause the video and then kind of show you around the inside of the account for a sec. Okay, so now I'm in the inside of the account, and we're just looking at the home page, and usually have some stats about how many people have signed up and what's going on. And I've got literally over a dozen accounts in different companies, and I maintain hundreds of different lists, but you're really going to have one or maybe two lists within one account. And the thing that I really like about that is it's relatively easy to work with. You can just click on create a broadcast. You can use their drag and drop email builder if you don't really know how to do any kind of programming or anything like that. It's fairly simple. It takes a minute or two to load. And they have tutorials. Their support people are really good. So you do that, you kind of buzz through it and send out a broadcast and you're fine. You can send out the automated follow-up series. Yes, I'm going to leave this page. Thank you very much. Send out the automated follow-up series, and I would like you to notice that when I get people on an email list, I send them out literally hundreds of messages over the course of years and years and years. And the reason for that is I've found that if you give people valuable content, so if you're on my list, you know that I don't typically just pitch you on things. I keep distributing really valuable information that I've researched beforehand. And I found that I can keep people for years and years and years and years, and they continue to get warmer and warmer and interested in buying more and more expensive things. And they trust me more, and I convert more of them. And so, because there's no real incremental cost to sending another follow-up and another follow-up and another follow-up, I tend to leave them on for years at a time. And so you want to get in there, and then you want to create a sign-up form for your newsletter. And here, let me shoot over to the emotional eating list so we can do that. Okay. And in the emotional eating list, you can ignore these three things for now. What I want you to do is create a sign-up form. And it's a fairly simple sign-up form. And we could actually just leave it as it is. As a matter of fact, I actually recommend that you remove the name, because I find that I get more subscribers when I remove the name. If you already have a privacy policy on your site, you might want to remove their privacy policy, but you certainly need to have one or another, or you can get yourself in trouble. I take away their promotion for themselves. That's nice of them to promote themselves, don't you think? But I'm going to take the away, and I don't think you really need that footer. So I'm going to leave it like that, and then I'm going to save the form. And I'm going to go to step 2. And what you need to do here is create a thank you page. We can come up with a name for the form, otherwise known as a norm. Glenn's Big Hairy Opt-in Form 1. And you don't want to click on the other buttons. Okay, thank you page. This is important. Usually you don't want them to go to Aweber's thank you page, so you want to use a custom page. And we're going to do the same thing for the already subscribed page. And let's go back to our blog, and you know what we're going to do? Let's create a hidden page, because you already know how to do that. Create another page, add a page, and this will be the thanks for your trust in me. By the way, I don't like to say thanks for subscribing, because that's a feature list, that's a benefitless feature of something they did. What they actually did is they trusted you, and I usually like to say something like, thanks for your faith and trust in me. I intend to delight and surprise you at every turn. And you can customize this to say whatever you want. You can upload a picture and put it in there. But what we want to do is make sure that this is a hidden page. Okay, so now we have a hidden page, and this is just going to be the thank you page when they sign up for your newsletter or your webinar or your ethical bribe, your special report, your audio, whatever it is that you're using to get them to sign up. And I just copied this long URL in here. I'm going to double check and make sure it's displaying before I put it into Aweber. Yes, it is. And we're going to beef up all of these pages. Of course we are. But now I'm going to put that in here and put this in here. Notice that I'm deleting the automatic HTTP, because otherwise we'll wind up with 2 of them. So just make sure you only have one leading HTTP : / and not 2 of them. And now we can save this. And now we can go to step 3. Make sure you save it every step, otherwise you go back and you're not really that happy. We can go to step 3. And in step 3, you can usually click I'm going to install the form. Obviously everything I'm showing you here is how you do this yourself. And because we're publishing it in WordPress, we really can't include all this styling. So you know what? I'm logged in via Chrome, and Aweber doesn't like Chrome that much, and it puts all this styling in here. So I'm going to pause and go to Firefox. I think Firefox or Internet Explorer work fine for this purpose. I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, so now I am in Firefox at the same screen, and I'm sorry if I didn't tell you that earlier on, that Aweber were a little fussy with Google Chrome. And I'm going to uncheck this box that says to include the beautiful form styles, and then all you need to do is just copy and save this. Actually, we're just going to right click and copy it. And if we copy this here, and then we're going to go right back to our blog and make sure we save the other page. Okay, and now what I want to do is go to my sticky post is where I want to go. So let's look at the posts. This is the post that always appears at the top of the home page. My special homepage post. I want to edit this, and be careful not to paste it into the visual area. What you want to do is paste that code right here in the text area, and then click update. And then if I view this again, let's see here, let's view the post. Then you should see it. There is at least a form there that will let you sign up for the email. So let's see, can I sign up for this address, this site now, and yes, I probably can. I'm going to submit it. It should take me to the thank you page. Okay, now that functions appropriately. So now you have your skeleton newsletter all set. And if I were to go in the emotional eating list and I would look at the subscribers, and let's just sort it by the date added and do that in descending order so I can see myself here. We should see, yep, here I am, Glenn at MakeThemBuy.com. Okay, so that's how that works. That's how that works. And then you basically you get on the phone with Aweber if you have any trouble learning how to send broadcasts and manage messages and follow-ups and that kind of thing. And they have videos throughout the system. They have a great help system, and it'll take you an afternoon to really learn it. But I got to tell you, it's one of the most profitable things that you'll ever do because it's a free way to ongoingly communicate with your list. And so now, if you do a workshop or you meet somebody or um, you communicate with them in Facebook or you advertise to them, and now they get on a list, you can start to set up those email messages that go out and deliver more content. And by the way, you do that very slowly over time. You start out with a week's worth and you just keep on building it as time goes by. And so when I showed you that I had 7 years worth of follow-ups in one of my lists, that's something that I actually built over the course of 7 years. It's not something that I built the first month before I launched the site. So that's how you get your email service set up. Okay, let's go into the next video.